Russian warships making tensions worse in Syria. New reports of cruise missiles that were launched from the Caspian Sea targeting Syria but crashing into Iran. So is it time for the United States to take some kind of action? Joining me now, Peter Brooks, Heritage Senior Fellow of National Security Affairs, and Jessie Jane Duff, a retired gunnery sergeant with the great United States Marine Corps. Peter, first to you. Maybe we could show a map again. The ships on which were south in the South Caspian Sea. They were supposed to go to Syria. They apparently crashed in Iran. What does this tell you about Russian equipment?
Wow. Duck and cover, I guess. I mean, it's very, very troubling. These missiles are very powerful. They're very destructive, and you have to have good intelligence, and you have to have good targeting and capabilities to put them on their intended target. And when they're not, a lot of other people come in harm's way, David.
Gunnery Sergeant Duff, we have cruise missiles that I'm told could focus in on the eye of a fly about 3,000 miles away and hit it. These missiles were way off by hundreds of miles. Is the Russian bear just a paper tiger?
Well, I don't think it is a paper tiger at all. The Russians are denying that this happened, along with the Iranians. However, of those targets that they did hit, the bulk of them were not ISIS-related. In fact, they hit a CIA weapons depot that's in Aleppo, and that is of U.S. interest. So when we're looking at what their directions are and what they're planning on doing, it's a false element when they indicate that they're going to go after ISIS. Meanwhile, they're attacking many of the people that are rebelling against the regime of Bashar al-Assad.
No question they're doing that, Peter, and that's, of course, a direct insult to us and of course, death to our allies that are fighting with us, or at least with some of our support. What do we do about it?
Well, this is very troubling. The problem here is that we're never going to get over the Assad regime, the viability of the Assad regime, the future of the Assad regime with the Russians. The fact is that they see this as their window into the Middle East, power and influence, the Tartus naval base, all of these sort of things. So I don't see this as reconcilable at all. I think the best you can do is to try to deconflict your efforts. I just can't see where the United States and Russia are going to come together on this, even though they may have a common enemy in the Islamic State, despite their current targeting. So it's going to be very, very difficult, and I doubt that the Russians are going to back down, considering how weak they see the United States. Peter, I almost gave you the buzzer
for using that awful word, deconflict, but Gunnery Sergeant Duff, I want to end with you. Is it conceivable that the Russians could get caught, as Donald Trump has suggested, in a quagmire, and while they may be bragging about being in there now, it could end up biting them in the end?
No, I don't think so, because this benefits them all the way around. They're propping up Iran, they're propping up Bashar al-Assad, and they're going to defeat all those that we have trained to get rid of this regime. So essentially, they're building themselves up in that region. I don't think that they're going to be caught in a quagmire. I don't think they care if ISIS succeed at all.
Jane Duff, Peter Brooks, thank you both. Appreciate it.